Good meet everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. It is August 6th, 2015. And of course, today is Thursday. Tomorrow morning, I have some appointments to go through to do blood work from a medical doctor. And I'm going to be honest with you, he's always belly aching about my weight. I'm going to tell you right now, I've tried. I really have. It's not working always consistently for me, the weight loss. I'm trying to do it, but it's just not working. We got a couple of different things to talk about today. First thing we're going to talk about, and I think the video came up pretty good for it, is the porch. I'm going to show you how the porch looks as it is now. It's being built. We got level 1 is finished. Level 2 is commencing. Most of the joists are down for level 2. Level 3, which is my level, floor of my level more precisely, hasn't yet been started, but then we have level 4, which of course is the roof, which will be done sometime soon. So we have a lot of things to talk about. And also with the iPhone 4S is, since it came with iOS 8.3, is how in the feep am I going to use it with my Power Mac G5. I wanted to try to show that to you. Unfortunately, I came up with a slit mic, which was that video clip didn't come out too good. So I'll just read to you or give you a simple description about that first, and then I'll show you the clip about the porch. The iPhone 4S with iOS 8.3, iTunes is useless. My version of iTunes does not work with it, so the only thing I can do is import photos. And frankly, that's kind of fine, but I don't like using the cloud. I'm trying to use the cloud. I'm trying to wrap my head around the cloud. I am so used to using iTunes to sync my phone. I am just beside myself with frustration because I can't. There are things in my phone. I have music. I have collected my own personal music library over many years. I do not have any way of importing the music into my phone. I cannot even do it through Google Drive as far as I can tell. My personal ringtones do not import because they are still, they are not importable because that version of iTunes will not talk to iOS 8.3. So I finally broke down and said, fine, I need the Intel Core 2 Duo machine with Lion just to make sure at least somewhere upward compatibility, and bought myself an Intel Core 2 Duo machine for a price that is pretty nuts for an older 17-inch machine. The only thing wrong with it is the eyesight camera is FUBAR. Who cares? I got a camera. Almost you're looking at me on it, okay? I don't need another camera. And plus, I got the iPhone 4S has got a camera, so yeah, okay. Who cares if the camera, the computer works or not? In fact, maybe it's better it doesn't work because there is now concern of security that crackers and hackers can get into your computer and use your camera without your permission to spy on you. I don't really want that, you know? I mean, my whole life is tied up in the computer. So now, of course, I ordered the iMac Intel Core 2 Duo, which should be here, maybe about a week or so, by UPS. It's probably going to be shipped first to UPS, then dropped off at my local post office, which is done. I go ahead and leave me a slip and tell me you gotta go pick it up. And I figured, well, I'll pick up the computer mouse and pick up the keyboard and mouse, which I was gonna buy anyway, so I bought the keyboard and mouse. And now, of course, I'm gonna end up feeling the emotional and financial pain having to use another $103 of PayPal buyer's credit to pay for a computer just to sync my iPhone. And it's not the first time that's happened. In fact, the iPhone the 3GS did the same thing to me. I bought a brand new, or new to me anyway, eMac G4, and came with Tiger, and I was happy for the most part. And I decided to buy an iPhone 3GS, and guess what? It wouldn't sync with my eMac G4 using that version of iTunes that came with it, and so I got stuck having to buy another $99 purchase of Leopard just so I could synchronize my iPhone. So I guess that seems to be a tradition around here. I do like the phone. I like it enough that I'm not, screaming bloody murder about it. Dory Myville will be using the old iPhone 3GS for her own use. So I'm gonna help her learn the ropes as she goes through and becomes acquainted with iOS 6.1.3. She could technically go up to 6.1.6, except that version of iTunes on my Mac will not, also another reason to upgrade, will not install 6.1.6 because it, again, has the SSL bug, which was later fixed in the newer iTunes, which unfortunately, to my dismay, does not make it easy for her to even use it upgrade by the phone. Despite the fact this should work, it doesn't. I already tried both ways to upgrade the application. So yeah, that's kind of the issue there. I see a lot of people like the videos I do at the Soup Kitchen, especially. I have not heard anybody complain that they can't hear me clearly at the Soup Kitchen. I'm wonderful, and that's good news, as I'm glad to hear. I haven't heard anybody say anything that I think if they like it or not, but I see the subscribership is on the increase, so I guess somebody must like it. Yeah, somebody likes it. Somebody likes it. Okay, so now, this month I have spent a lot of money on my computers and my phone, and I owed most of the $1,500 was on PayPal credit is pretty much depleted. I'm not very happy about that, but then again, that's life, right? I never seem to have any way of actually working around or avoiding that nasty problem of screwing up my budget. So, I suppose the same is true with my landlord when you look at the porch work. As I forgot to put the clip on. Oh, okay, here it is. This is the porch. I did this earlier today of what the porch looks like, and so there you go. Well, you can see where the porch is getting done. I'm going to show you close up of the porch, and you can see it as it is. And yeah, I know I got the phone upside down, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to go through a tour of the porch, and I didn't show you the porch lately, so let's get started. As you can see, it looks as if it's going to be the same basic general design it was originally back in the old days, except of course it doesn't have those beams that tie into the frame. That's the only difference. It's even got the same outbuilding design. So let's go through and take a look at this close up, okay? And because this is a construction site, I have to be careful. Right now the crew has already gone home, so I don't have to worry about this big lift moving around. Unfortunately, they filled in most of the holes in the ground, but there's still rocks. Mount dirt more. You can see the size of the rocks that they pulled out of that. So let's go through and look at what they got here. I don't know if I can turn my flash on. Probably not, but looks like it's pretty much trying to compensate as best it can. You can see the concrete foundation, the use of a waterproofing on the 12 by 12s, and I guess this is going to remain dirt unless you decide to pour concrete. You can see that they chose to have kind of a slope. How do I describe that? In other words, it's not completely sloped. Okay? If that makes any sense. It's kind of weird. And no, that is not a camera imperfection, honey. That is actually the way it looks like. The outside of the porch, this is the part that is the meat and potatoes. There are these big beams. Again, these are the 12 by 12, so you can see them. They're actually, I think they're a little smaller than 12 by 12, but not by much. And you can see that there's supposed to be a stairway that they're supposed to be building. And this is the second floor. They're doing now with the studs. You can see they got your hanger brackets. It's very common for modern construction. Not only does that make it easy for the carpenters to have everything nice and level, they can just drop the beams into those as they're working on them. That also makes it a lot faster and guaranteed less likely that they're going to have unlevelness. The reason why we have these ties, these 2x4s tying these pieces together, was when they were building this together. Now you can see down here we have also some sill brackets. You can see that this is actually, well, it's supposed to be screwed or nailed to the concrete slab here, but you can see that one's not exactly centered. Why? I don't know. Okay, this one over here is pretty good. It's center. And so is this one. And you can see they still got to do one more up here on the corner. You can see it's going to have to be, I guess the cover decided to go quitting time for this time of night instead of nailing this last piece in place. And then after that, after all that's done, you gotta deal with this big pile of dirt, which is, I don't know, they can use it to smooth this driveway out. Our driveway is dirt and gravel anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It used to be asphalt, but long ago the asphalt kind of just crumbled away. And really kind of just became a joke. But as I said, level 1 just about is done. Level 2 is being built. Level 3, which is where my apartment is, over here. These, let's try to show you here. These two windows here is part of my apartment, all the way up to that piece of plywood that's going down. And yeah, the old DirecTV satellite dish is still hanging up there. I don't know why or what to say about that. That's the original ladder, by the way. They never got up there to take that down. They used to go to the roof. That's still there. Looks like the building pretty much is just pretty much starting to, you know. The point is by the time they're done with the porch, it's gonna be about another week or so at the rate they're going. So I'm just saying that because that's a conservative guess of about another week. And I gotta be careful because this is iPhone 4S and it is fragile, and this is hard asphalt, dirt, rocks, and God knows what else. And I don't want to have my phone end up like Humpty Dumpty, if you know what I mean. So there you go. That's where it stands. That's what the work is, and that's what's going on. See you in the studio. Okay, I'm back, and you'll see that, as like I said, it looks like he's rebuilding the porch pretty much the same basic structural style as it originally was built as back in the 1860s. Why? I don't know. Maybe because he got a historical society grant, and perhaps that's the reason. I don't know. But it is going to be finished. Probably given the rate that they're finally starting to pick up the pace. It looks like it should be ready probably by next week, which will make me happy because I just want to get home so bad. I miss my bed. I miss laying in my bed at nighttime. I miss basically having the place for me and Dory could snuggle up and talk and have a good time. We talked about upgrading the video projector, but you know what? I don't think that's going to happen. Of course it can't happen. You're just below watt. I already below watt, so that's out, right? Okay. But yeah, you know how it is. Alright, so, I'm going to be having to do a lot. I did mention, and I'm not going to be able to share it with you that much, about the demonstration with the iPhone, because unfortunately, my cord was a little short, so I couldn't really get in to show you the meat and potatoes of the demo. So let me just point out that I did mention in that other clip is about the Wi-Fi. Using the little T connector, T antenna that normally comes with a Power Mac G5, I am able to successfully use the internet from the whole house up here, which is a godsend, because that means that now I can go ahead and do all the work up here and upload the videos from up here and not have to worry about keep bringing my iPhone 4S up here and docking it and taking 6 to 12 hours to upload videos. Not that it's necessarily going to happen much faster, but at least I don't have to worry about the phone being tied up, or using the T-Mobile hotspot, which only has the plan I'm on is a $20 a month plan, which only gives me 1 gigabyte of LTE. So after that, throttles it down to 128 kilobits per second, which is so-so. It's almost the speed, a little bit, as I said before, it's about the speed of a PRI line of ISDN. It's not super fast, but it's better than nothing at all. And so yeah, we are getting things done that way. Well, I guess there really isn't much more to say other than to say that the gentleman that originally sent me the adapter, the MCX2 reverse polarity SMA, apologized that he sent me the wrong connector, but he said he was going to send me a new one out. I looked in my mailbox today, I didn't see anything, so it might take a couple days, and if I don't see something, say in about a week's time, I'm going to call him back up or email him back and say, hey, I didn't see the connector yet. You said you were going to send me a replacement, but gotta be patient. So now, the 17-inch Intel Core 2 Duo, is it going to solve my problems with iTunes? Yes, once I install the new iTunes. And yes, I hope it will work well for me. But I might also have to buy a copy of Lion as well, from Apple, specifically because only when I have that supports the Intel processor and is a retail is the copy of Leopard. Also, turns out that Leopard has a bug in the software regarding internet sharing, which does kind of frustrate me, which Tiger does not have the same glitch, but Leopard does. Now, obviously, if I wanted to do the opposite, I wanted to take the airport connection and I wanted to share it with the regular hardwired internet connections in the house. Now, I was using the computer as a bridge. Power Mac G5 is a power pig, and if you're going to sit there and use a G5 to do that, your electric bill is going to go through the stratosphere. Thank God I don't have a quad-core 2.7 gigahertz machine, which is liquid cooled, as otherwise my electric bill would be definitely a lot higher. At 1 kilowatt each hour of operating time, it's going to send the electric meter spinning like a top. Nobody wants that. Not me anyway. Not me either. Okay. So, again, like I always say, please do not forget to like or dislike, share with your friends, enemies, frenemies, whoever. Subscribe if you have not already done so, because it tells me at least that you like what we're trying to do. And of course, if you have comments, concerns, kudos, suggestions, hate, whatever, please post them in the comment section below, and I will read them, and I will get back to you and try to respond to your points in a timely manner. And so that's it for now. Bye-bye. Hey, did you know there's a lot more going on right now at our websites? Are you watching all 4 of them? If not, check them out. There's a list right here. We got 3 YouTube channels and 1 audio-only channel for your enjoyment. So come on and dig in and see all the stuff we do here at the North American Snow Queen Palace.